What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are here to just try some new products casually, make this look here on my face with them, talk about what I think of them. I haven't done a face full of new products in quite a while, so I felt like it was due. I purchased the new Milk KUSH brow pen because hello, it's really weird and I really wanted to try it. If you're not familiar, stand by. It looks like that. And it's weird. It has three little tippies on the top, tippy tip tops, and it is meant to make little brow hair like strokes in your brows. Is it gonna work? We don't know. We're gonna find out. Well, I already know, but you're gonna find out soon. I also recently picked up the Road Less Traveled palette from STILA. I haven't used a STILA palette in damn near half a decade, so I figured it'd be interesting to dip back into their eyeshadows and see if I still like them after all these years. Got a new style from House of Lashes. I've got some new lipsticks from Revlon. I'm using a new shade of Melt Gel eyeliner that I haven't used before. It's gonna be a good time. We're just gonna get in there and we're gonna do it all. I didn't really have any new skin products today, so I kind of glazed over that section. Oh, I also tried some of the brushes from the Wet n Wild Bretman Rock collection. I've had the collection for a while and I haven't really used it, but the brushes, I wanted to dip in there and see how they work today, so we're gonna use those as well. This is like when you do that pencil trick in school. Let's see, can I do it? Does it work on camera? I don't even know. Probably not. As always, I will list everything that we use in this video in the description down below. I'll list all of my skin products that I haven't used on camera in case you're wondering what I do my base with. I'll probably timestamp all of the things that we use in here too, so if you want to just jump to a specific product and see how it works, you could do that. I don't really think there's anything else I need to talk about. What is this posture? What even is that? I think that pretty much covers it. So let's rewind back in time and get in there with this really strange brow pen and see how that works. All right, so the first thing that I want to try today is the thing that I'm most excited about, quite frankly. This is the Milk KUSH Triple Brow Pen. The tip of this thing is really bizarre. I'm going to zoom in a second, or at least bring it up really close to the camera to show you what I'm talking about. I find, generally speaking, that more gimmicky brow products that are meant to help you draw little eyebrow hairs in aren't always the best. I also usually like to do a combination of brow hair strokes in my brows and also have like the tail defined with a nice clean crisp line. So I don't know if we're going to be able to achieve both of those things with this. The shade that I got is Diesel, which is like the second to darkest shade. I don't know if that was the right choice, but this does look like it's pretty close to the brow products that I usually use, so I don't think we could be that far off. So that is what the tip of this thing looks like. Is that going to be helpful? Will it make my eyebrows good? I don't know. But I know I'm gonna try. So instinctually, I wanna start right in the beginning of my brows. Brow strokes, front of the brow. Hey bird, shut up. Okay, that's pretty good. So far, the first three little lines actually look pretty good. The color is definitely good. Let's see what happens if I do three more. That was so fast, and they look like little hair strokes. All right, let's see if I could turn it to the side and get like any definition underneath. That's what's gonna make this more interesting. Can I use it for both? Kind of, but that didn't really give me a very even line. It just gave me a line. Meh, not so much for that. It almost gave me a more even line when I tried to use it as if I was creating hair strokes along the top and just did them closer together. So maybe that's what I'll try to do along the bottom on this side. Still no. Hold on, let me show you what I mean. So I tried to make like a nice even crisp line under here, and I really couldn't get that to happen by doing it with like little strokey motions. On this side, I used the pen to just turn it sideways to its narrowest point and just drag underneath and try to define the lower portion of the brow the way I like to do. but it was very difficult to get it to go straight. So I have like a little bit of a wiggle here, and I definitely need to clean that up with another product. But as far as the way it worked, like right in the front of my brow and along the top of my brow where I usually do little strokes to fill it in, I really like the way it looks there. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Interesting development. It seems like it's already drying out. I don't know if it's because I like kept it open too long and attempted to do them all like rapid fire and didn't put it down in between. But I'm gonna take a minute, I'm gonna put it on my desk like stored upside down and see if it grabs some juiciness left in it. While it does that, I'm just gonna grab a brow pencil and fix the underside of this brow because it's not looking that cute on the underside. So I'm just gonna grab, this is the KVD Signature Brow in the color Walnut, and I'm just gonna go underneath and even out that line. All right, I finished my brows up with the KVD brow pencil, and I feel like they're like really uneven today. Maybe there's a little bit of a learning curve with using this product. So it did feel like it was drying out a little bit as I used it from one side to the other. It wasn't dried out to the point where no product was coming out of it, but it changed the way the product was flowing out of it, and it became much less precise. Like those little skinny lines that created the brow hairs in the first stroke were kind of mushy because the marker was already a bit more dry. After storing the marker upside down for a few minutes while I finished up the other parts of my brows, however, it's like the tip dries out a little bit if you don't take a break from one eyebrow to the other, but that would concern me for how this is going to dry out over time. I also don't really know why my eyebrows are so remarkably uneven today, but you know what? Some days that just happens and it just is part of life. For right now, this is as good as it's gonna get. So I'm just gonna move on to the next product. Hopefully once the rest of my makeup is on, the difference between my brows will be much less stark. This palette, when I saw it online, it does look really pretty. It's just maybe a little bit bland, but I was thinking that maybe trying it out today and seeing if the formula is as good as I remember STILA shadows being, then I don't know, maybe we'll have a good time. The colors look a little bit blah, so maybe not. I don't know why I bought this. I thought I was being adventurous, and now I think that maybe I was just being dumb. So I'm gonna go into the color Lighthouse. Picking that up on an unnamed blending brush that has no label left on it. I'm just gonna run that through my crease area. I'm gonna grab a clean blending brush and blend the edge of that out. I'm gonna grab this tapered brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush from the Bretman Rock collection, and I'm gonna go into the shade Rising Sun. I'm gonna use that on the outer corner just to deepen it up a little bit. Okay, that's actually a nice brown, and it looks very like soft and even and minky. I'm gonna bring a little bit of that through the crease as well. I'm loving this shadow formula. I feel like for the level of depth and the level of pigment that I'm getting from these shadows, I shouldn't have to be working this hard to blend them. I'm not like disgusted. It's not the worst thing I've ever used, but it's not great. I'm gonna grab a flat brush again. This is also one of the Wet n Wild Bretman Rock brushes, and I'm gonna go back into the shade Lighthouse and just use a little bit of that over the rest of the lid, just to have something there. The weird thing I noticed with STILA is that they'll come out with something kind of cool, like their liquid shadows and stuff, and then I get excited for it and I wind up really liking it. Like I really like those, hold on, which ones are they? I have them right here still. The Little White Lies liquid shadows, I loved these, but they discontinued them like almost immediately. I don't know, man. I also don't know about this eyeshadow look. All right, I tossed some concealer and powder underneath my eyes, and I gotta be honest, I really not impressed at all with the way that this eyeshadow is looking. But when in doubt, I feel like add some winged eyeliner to your look. I'm gonna grab the Melt Fortuna eyeliner from the Amor Eterno collection. I have not opened this one and used it yet, and I would like to today. So it's not exactly a new product, but it's new to me right now. I also love how satisfying these gel liners look in the jars. They just look like the perfect little dollop oh, I love it every time, and I also hate ruining it. I'm gonna use a MAC 266. I'm gonna dip into that liner, and then I'm going to use the cap to kind of spread that around properly so I get a nice even coat on the brush. And then I'm just gonna go in and make a nice fat wing with that because I feel like maybe that'll make this a better look. I'm gonna switch to a Sigma E06 winged liner brush so I can get closer to the lash line in the inner corner and just touch up the shape a little bit where I need to. I didn't do the best job on this eye, if I'm being quite frank. And you know what? That's not the eyeliner's fault, it's mine. And I'm gonna go back and touch it up eventually and fix it. But for now, I'm gonna pick up this palette again and I'm gonna go into this shade Compass right here. And I'm going to see if putting it on the inner corner for like a little pop of like a minty green redeems this palette at all, because right now I'm not impressed. So I'm gonna take my Luxie 111 Mini, I'm gonna dip into that shade and let's see. Okay, that's not bad. It's not like amazingly impressive. It's not knocking my socks off, but it's good. It's a pretty shade and it's applying nicely. And you know what? I'll take it. I'm gonna take my NABLA small pencil brush. I'm gonna go back into the shade Rising Sun and I'm gonna use that to just define the lower lashes a little bit. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of that melt liner on the same Sigma E06 wing liner brush and I'm gonna use that in the waterline. I've been using these in the waterline quite a bit and they work really well. And I feel like that's my favorite thing that I've used so far today. So I might as well use more of it, make my life better. This kind of reminds me of like a green version of the look that I did with the Melt Rust collection. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it right here on the screen. I brought the same color as I used to do the wing through the waterline, and I hadn't done that in a really long time, and I forgot like what a nice, like kind of more closed off but lifted shape it gives the eye. I'm a big fan. I forgot how much I like it. I finished up my skin. I didn't have any new skin products, so I didn't do it on camera because I didn't think that'd be very interesting, but I did use the highlight brush from the Wet n Wild Bretman Raw collection, and I quite liked it. I like the shape and I think it delivered the right amount of product. For the lips, I do have a pretty new lip product. These are the Revlon Glass Shine Super Lustrous Lipsticks. I did swatch these on my Instagram story, but I haven't really worn them yet. So I think today I'm gonna try the shade, whoa, I almost dropped it right in my lap. I think I'm gonna try the shade Rum Raisin. I know this looks a little bit deep, but they're very, very sheer from what I swatched. So I'm thinking that this might go really well with this because it's kind of like warm, but still a little bit nude. I don't know, do I want to, let's see a real quick. Do I want to add a liner? Is that too dark? Is that darker than I wanted? I don't know. I'll tell you what I don't like about these lipsticks is they have those freaking stickers, that drugstore lipstick, drugstore makeup stickers. They're hard to get off and they leave gunk. I understand the necessity for the stickers so that people don't open them and try them in the store. I get it. But also, can we get stickers that don't leave crap behind? Can we do that much, please? Thank you so much. But I thought it was interesting that this comes in a clear shade, so it's just like a stick gloss. I'm just gonna pop a little bit on just to see what it looks like. The concept, it's kind of cool. It smells like a fruity cake, but vanilla, but a hint of fruit. Am I imagining the fruit? I might be imagining the fruit. Honestly, I kind of like the way the clear one just looks by itself with this, but maybe we'll mix them together. I'm going to take a little bit more of Rum Raisin and put it in the center, kind of like a blotted lip sort of a deal. Maybe? Yeah, I kind of like that. It's nice and like simple, plain. I don't feel like I need to touch it up. I definitely went like way too far outside the lines with that clear one because I was like getting in there with it, getting a little bit overzealous, but in general, I think I like these. I don't like these for like when I need a look. I don't think that I would ever like do a really elaborate eye look here in like a 3 looks video or something and then pair it with one of these by itself. But I could definitely see myself just like tossing this in my purse or my backpack or something so that I have something that's easy to throw on my lip that looks kind of nice because the finish is very pretty. They feel really balmy, they smell nice, and I feel like the amount of sheerness makes them really, really easy to apply. Like I could probably almost do it without a mirror, just like pop my phone open and like look real quick or something. So that's always convenient. Don't hate it. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, so the lashes that I put on are also new. These are the Aquamarine lashes from House of Lashes, but it's the House of Lashes for Sephora collection. But these are beautiful. They're very, very light and wispy, but they're really long, and I like the amount of lift they have. Really, really like them. House of Lashes like really never disappoints me, to be honest. Now with the whole face done, let's recap the products we tried today. So to start with, we had the Milk KUSH Brow Pen. I am on the fence on this one. The first stroke was really impressive. It made little hair strokes in the front part of my brow so easily. I was shocked at how easily it worked, but I feel like, first of all, it dried out halfway through using it, and also I don't think this is ever a brow product that I would completely use on its own, because it doesn't give me the option of getting like a really crisp line where I feel like I need a really crisp line. I feel like my eye shape benefits a lot from the structure of like a defined tail on my brow, and I needed to use other products to get that to happen with this. So I will continue to use it, and I feel like if it doesn't dry up too quickly, it will be really easy for me to just throw in the front of my brow and get those hair strokes that I like to do in that part of my brow. But it's definitely not going to become my go-to brow product at all. Right now, I'm not in love, but I don't hate it. But I'm not like super impressed, but it's better than I thought that it would be with the weird shape of it, you know? The STILA Road Less Traveled eyeshadow palette. The formula is not the worst thing that I've ever used, but it's not great. And I have kind of begun to conclude that the reason that these STILA eyeshadow palettes are not as hyped as a lot of other palettes are is because STILA hasn't really changed up the way they do eyeshadow to fit the current market. It seems like they are more so catering to people who are very casual users of makeup and don't necessarily expect the things that you or I might expect from an eyeshadow palette. Back in the day, this palette would have been bomb, but now I expect, like, if you're gonna be a simple palette, it better be so blendable and so easy to use, you know? And that is just not what I'm getting from this at all. I also feel like, for me personally, the colors in here lack any sort of impact. Like, they don't pack a punch in any way. Everything is really muted and subtle. And even though when I glanced at it initially, I was like, oh, that's kind of pretty, I feel like I can't imagine myself ever getting a complete look out of any of these. I already knew that I liked Melt's gel liner, so I'm not surprised that I liked the way this applied. The color, though, is very, very pretty. Deep teal greens are like really right in my wheelhouse as far as the colors that I love the most. I'm thinking that this would look amazing with the burnish liner as like an ombre wing from like red to like the teal green. That could be very cute. It could be very, very cute. Fantastic. The new lashes from House of Lashes, there's not a whole lot to say about them except they're very comfortable and they are very, very pretty. I could definitely see myself using these ones fairly often. And finally, last but not least, the lipsticks from Revlon. I think I like these for the day-to-day. I don't know that I would go out of my way and go crazy to buy all of the colors, especially because a lot of the shades that are left in this are not really things that would appeal to me. Like, I'm not gonna wear that. Even if it is sheer, it's just not a color that I wear. But it is super interesting to have a glossy, clear lipstick, like a glide-on stick of gloss. I don't think I have anything else like that. Overall, this wasn't the worst trying new products video I've ever filmed, but it also wasn't the best. I love when I do a trying new products video and like everything is like a number one. This time it was like a couple of things are good. Everything else is it's fine. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know, have you tried any of these products? What did you think of them? Did you try the Milk Brow Pen? I would be very curious to hear your thoughts on that one. That was kind of like the key item that I was curious to try today. I'll link all the products in the description down below and stuff if you want to go check them out. Even if you want to, I mean, none of them were that stellar that I think you're gonna go seek them, maybe. Please don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, because it's very helpful and I would really appreciate it. If you are new around here, go ahead and subscribe, because I would love to have you around for more videos. And I also would love to, I don't know. The other day I was thinking about how much I miss eating strawberry Pop-Tarts, and then I didn't go to the store and get them because I knew that if I had them in my closet, I would eat them all. What I'm trying to say is, if the Pop-Tart, which is this video right here, is in your cabinet, which is your subscription box, it'll be just so easy for you to eat them, watch them. But healthier than an actual Pop-Tart. See what I did there? It's a good idea. If you'd like to keep up with me between videos, I'm at Miss Quinface on Instagram. I'd love to have you over there as well. I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one.